Guys, do you know how stoked I am to wear this hat? Seriously, I'm gonna give you a hint, okay? I haven't worn this hat in years. It's from the Concours d'Elegance in Pebble Beach. If you've never been and can make it, I highly suggest you go. It's an amazing event. And if you guys ever want to hear about the stories of when I was a participant and all the other times I've been down there, maybe that's the next video. Let me know in the comments below. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Vicente, and today we're gonna talk about those fees the dealers try to hit you up with at the very end of your transaction. So we've talked about whether now is the right time to buy your car and how to negotiate for that car, and even down to whether a lease or loan is the right one for you. Now, we're at the end of the transaction, you've done all these steps, and there's a few more things to watch out for in the process. Now, before we jump into these, I do wanna warn you that if you did well in your negotiations and you've driven that margin down, well, the dealer may not be super inclined to waive any of these fees. See, these fees were already built into the mindset of them during the negotiations as additional dollars or additional margin they were going to have on that car. So if you did a really good job in the negotiation and they push really hard on these fees, don't be surprised. Now, if they're easily giving into these fees, you may have left a few dollars on the table, but don't get too bogged down on these. Just see if you can avoid some of them. So the first one we're going to discuss is dealer prep fees. And the best way for me to describe this one to you is I want you to imagine going into a retailer in your neighborhood and seeing a shirt that you absolutely love. And when you look at the price tag on the shirt, it's $30. And when you walk up to the register, they want to charge you $35. When you ask why the $5 difference, well, they tell you they had to prepare that shirt for you to buy it. They had to wash it, they had to iron it, and they had to hang it. Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, the truth is this is the same type of fees the dealer's trying to pass off on you. The reality is this car showed up ready for sale, but they maybe had to top off the air in the tires. They maybe had to top off some of the fluids in the car, and they had to wash the car so it looked good for you. To me, these are fees that are easily avoidable and part of the cost of doing business, not necessarily a fee they should pass off on you. So if you see this in the paperwork at the end of your deal, question it and try to get out of it. The next one is paint and fabric protection. Now, in years past, this may have been a warranted fee, and I dramatically emphasize may have been. The reality is paint has improved leaps and bounds over the years, and so you don't need a bunch of protection on it. If you want real paint protection, look at a paint protection film or even a wrap afterwards. But really what you're paying for here is just a fancy wax job to make your car nice and shiny. The other one is the fabric side. Guys, unless you have a really dirty family or kids throwing pasta sauce all over your car, chances are the fabric has already been protected. And if you want that extra protection, go to Amazon, buy a can of Scotchgard and spray until your little heart's content. Save yourself the $5, $6, even upwards of $1,000 and just buy a $10 can from Amazon. The next one you may see, I just want to call it now, just stop it. It's the advertising fee. Dealers are trying to play a little bit here. The reality is most of the times manufacturers run all the advertisements. It's part of the invoice price that the dealers have paid. But the dealers want to charge you a little bit for advertising the sale of your vehicle. Again, this one's already built into the cost of the car, so you shouldn't have to pay for this one twice. If you see it on your documents at the end, call their bluff. Don't pay for them to advertise for your car. The next one is vehicle identification number etching, or VIN etching. Basically, they will take the VIN number of your car and etch it into all the glass on your car. So front windshield, side windows, and rear. This is all under the idea of anti-theft. So if a thief sees your car and the VIN is etched into all the windows, well, their margin is much smaller if they're going to chop shop your car. And it almost makes me laugh, because the reality is most of the time people are going to break into your car, they're going to break the window, and they're going to do a smash and grab. They're going to look at whatever's inside, steal that, and run away. If they're sophisticated enough to take your car and want your car in a chop shop scenario, well, then something tells me a little etching in your windows it isn't going to stop them. But if you seriously need to have this VIN number etching into your windows, again, hit up Amazon, and for 30 bucks you can do it yourself. Save yourself, again, upwards of $1,000. Next is delivery charge, and we've talked about this one already in the negotiations video. The destination charge is already in the invoice. Wait, destination or delivery? It's a good catch if you caught that. The reality is this is simply the dealer trying to double dip. They assume you don't know that there was already a destination fee included in that invoice, and they're trying to charge you to deliver the car. Yeah, they're hitting you up with the same cost twice. Don't fall for it. The last one is preparation fees. And anybody familiar with common lending practices knows this one. It's documentation fee, it's review fee, it's preparation fee. Imagine paying someone to print the documents and review them. Now, printing the documents, they have to in order to sell you the car. Reviewing the documents, that just makes sense from a dealer standpoint. Make sure they're covered in the case of you not paying them back. So to me, again, this goes into the cost of doing business, and it's something you shouldn't pay for. Now, many states got wind of this and actually capped what they're allowed to charge. So in California, they can only charge you upwards of $80. However, in states like Florida, they can charge you whatever they want. So I would suggest looking up what these fees cap out at in the state you reside. If your state is uncapped like Florida, watch out here, because this could be a very steep fee that really you shouldn't pay. And that's it, guys. Sincerely, I thank you for watching this series. And if you're in the market for a car, I hope it helped you in your decision and in the process of getting it. If you liked today's video, please smash the thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe down below, and that little bell icon, click that too. That way you're notified the next time I upload a video. I'll see you in the next one.